Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. The thing timed out. There it is. I missed one check. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me, his real FRG, on Twitter and Instagram. Hey, all things considered, it's not bad. One thing.
Honestly, like the smoothest save I've ever seen from you before. Usually it's a lot more, struggle bus.
I knew it wasn't that far away.
Good job. We're proud of you for that. Guys, I'm at Brookme3. You can that's not my name. That's my @ You can find me there at Twitter and Instagram, though. A little bit off today. Weird day today. On today's show, we have one half of the season down. That's right. One full half of baseball down. We're going to break it down for you guys. We want to talk about it. We're going to give our grades on it because apparently that's just what you do. I mean, there's a half season over and you're like, hey, this is how I grade things. Because
Hashtag content.
We like to grade because we are teachers.
Teachers. Also, Gary's here.
Hi.
Gary, don't slouch. We're also talking about the reason Gary's here in a way. I mean, it's been a while. It's the first half of the season. Either way, you're going to be here.
Yeah.
But we got our first huge announcement to us, something that Gary's been working on for a while. We've all been working on. It's been a lot of headaches, heartache, but also I think it paid off very well so far today in our first day of launch. We this to pick a chancer winner that I'm hoping Brooke can do.
I can.
While we
don't worry, I got it.
While we buy time right here. This is either going to be a real segment or not, but I'm going to call it a spicy meatball where there'll be one hot take from us each. Maybe or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There is an upcoming roster crunch with your Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll talk about that a little bit and a whole lot more going on today. We got to remind you first, this is a podcast. You're watching us probably right now, but you could also listen to us in your ear holes only, all across your car, your house, your Alexa. Alexa, we're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, Pandora. Everywhere your podcast available for free. We live there. We're also on youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be glad you did.
You'll be so glad you did. Guys, we also want to remind you, this is a live stream. We're here. The Home Run Derby's going. Shohei Ohtani's out, so we don't care anymore. So make sure you drop into the chat. Let us know where you're repping Dodgers Nation tonight. We want to talk with you. We want to check in with you. We want to see how your first half went. Not you personally. I mean, we could talk about that too. We could be one of those shows. Like we could be like the Oprah of Dodgers Twitter.
Whatever is in Rome, I think is what they say.
When I am in Rome. Bridget checking in on Facebook from Highland Park. Juice Neros. Kind of giving away a little bit of the show in the beginning. I won't say it, Juice. Thank you. We appreciate you though. Daniel checking in over YouTube says, "What's up, guys?" Shout out from East LA. League Gaming Inc. on YouTube says, "Why are you guys streaming during the Home Run Derby?" Because Shohei's out, so we don't care anymore. What are you going to watch the Home Run Derby for? I've never personally. I hate Home Run Derbies. I think they're the most boring thing on earth. Shohei definitely made that way more fun than it always is. This is easily the best Home Run Derby we've ever had, and I'm done watching it.
No, I mean the last one, 19, was pretty damn good because you had Jock going up against Vladdy and whatever. After you get that one, you had a double sudden death showdown there in the first round. After you get those, that's it. They're done. We saw that with Jock and Vladdy in 2019. It didn't. The final round wasn't that good. Like nobody cares about Pete Alonso. I'm sorry, Polar Bear. It's just how the ball bounces. I guess I probably should have gone more with that one, but like Brooke said, it's been a long day.
Isaac says Jock got robbed.
No, Jock wants to play. He wants to do the Home Run Derby at Dodger Stadium.
I mean, I don't know what he's going to be playing next year, but okay.
Any hoozle.
Callie over on Facebook says lone Dodger fan in Buffalo, New York.
No, we got a lot of Buffalo. You guys just got to meet up.
I don't know if we have a Buffalo, New York fan.
Buffalo people.
You got to have one of those Facebook groups where it's like specifically where you are Dodger fan in blankety blank. In this case, Buffalo, because they don't have the Buffalo Blue Jays anymore. So it's kind of
what you're talking about sounds a lot like that one paint travel agency. They have like chapters and whatnot.
Oh, Bear?
Yeah,
Bear paint all in one.
Yeah. Bear 294 or whatever they are. Isaac is checking in from Big Bear, which you might have already said. I don't know, whatever. Swag Daddy McGee was apparently late. They had to sign up for the app. Thank you, Swag Daddy McGee. We appreciate you. Anybody who signed up for the app. Oh wait, no, I gave it away.
That's why I said Juice Nero said it. We don't have an app.
Our boy El Cariza says, Alexa, order pizza. So we're doing that now. I'm assuming if Mrs. FRG is listening, that my Alexa heard me.
And there is pizza on the way.
Yeah.
From that Whittier place?
Which one?
You know the one.
The Whittier pizza place.
Brick House?
It's called the Whittier Pizza Place.
Is it Brick House?
Oh, Pizza Mania.
Oh, Pizza Mania.
I was thinking of Uptown. Yeah, Pizza Mania is usually the good one. Come back from more pizza talk.
Sorry.
We appreciate everybody hanging out here. Let's kind of just go ahead and dive right onto it. We got 559 checking in, by the way. We got 530 checking in. And Anthony wants to unite the Dodger fans in the Bay Area. Safety in numbers.
There you go. Yeah, there are a lot of Dodger fans in the Bay Area. I know a lot. I know a decent amount. I don't live in the Bay Area.
He doesn't know anybody.
What's his Twitter account? And when you just say everyone meet up.
Anthony. At friend of
Who's
the show,
Anthony? Who's Anthony?
At the Anthony.
It's not at the
No,
Anthony.
it's okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to whip it out because I want to show off. We're
Are you
drinking
beer?
Important part of the show.
We're drinking some Agua Santa, thanks to our friends at Figueroa Mountain Beer. They hooked us up with some beer, so that's cool. It's pretty good.
It's actually really good.
They know we're Modelo drinkers, so they gave us like their kind of version of it, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty damn happy, and it's not just because it's free beer. All right, anyways, let us first pick a winner from the Chancer app. I think that's something we should probably do.
Yeah, I mean, it's an important thing. It's a pretty damn big win.
Yeah, so if you guys were watching us last week, we had a lot with the new Chancer app. Put the logo up there. Look at that.
It's over there.
I think it was a pretty damn good success. There was a lot of people that joined for the first time running this app, so it went pretty well. The idea of the app is you're predicting what's going to happen in the upcoming game. I think it went pretty well. The folks we're working with were happy, right?
Yeah, Brian, he's probably watching the show right now.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, he was pretty happy. I think we're the first American sport they partnered up with, so we're very happy about that. It looked like a lot of people were having fun. They were showing off their leaderboards and competing for this Arizona Diamondback series that we had this past weekend. I'm hoping that we can do this again. It is really fun. I mean, I hope everybody who used it enjoyed it.
I did. I apparently came in fourth.
You came in fourth?
I came in fourth.
That's pretty good. I came in like last, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're bad at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I went to the game and then forgot about it.
I didn't enter in time.
Yeah, see, that's I went to the game.
Brian's going to kill me.
I was at the game and I was like, God, put my hands in.
But we had a three-way tie at the top. 3 people tied with 12 points across the series with the Diamondbacks. Our finalists are Dojer Fan with a J, Dojer Fan 12, and NY Dodger Fan, or Nidager Fan, NY Dodger Fan, and Cass. It's just Cass, C-A-S. Those are our finalists. Those are the 3 people that tied with 12 points each at the top. So that's pretty cool. And we have a winner. Am I calling the winner, or are you calling the winner?
I'm calling the winner. The way we did this is we did a random number generator 1 through 3 to pick that surprise, and the winner of what did they win?
A $200 gift card from Fanatics, right?
Yup.
Goes directly to none other than, and it's fitting because we just kind of talked about this a little bit, NY Dodger Fan.
Nice. Congratulations.
There you go. They will be reaching out. You will be contacted by either us or
the authorities.
Most likely from Chancer, because they do have your email address, so then they're going to reach out to you.
This is all, again, we're still figuring out some parts of it, so this will be a little bit cleaner the next time around, but we appreciate you.
But you got $200, so congratulations.
Oh wait, no, actually, sorry, I don't. Rochester, we had still had doorbell cam. I do not have doorbell cam. It's set up the other way because we were doing something else earlier. Well, if we're talking apps, guys, we might as well keep plugging ourselves right now before we talk about the Dodgers. It's a big reason why Mr. Gary Lee is here, and that's one, because he loves us and he enjoys doing the show. Of course. Allegedly.
I love coming here when I'm invited.
You're always the damn time. And you're like, I'm so busy. Ooh. That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
But we had another pretty damn cool announcement that happened today, which is our all-new Dodgers Nation fan app.
Yes. They're working hard on that one.
Working hard, they're working. But it's definitely been a labor of love. There's been a lot of headaches and heartaches and I don't know if missed deadlines or anything, but it's out there, and so far people seem to be doing pretty damn. They seem to be pretty happy with what's going on with the app. We appreciate everybody who has downloaded the app. I think I have a screenshot loaded. If not, my bad. You guys can go ahead and keep talking while I load it. But yeah,
I mean, the app was, we had the idea of the app like 4 months ago.
That's giant.
We were able to partner with some amazing people at Finisco, and they helped us integrate everything that was good about Dodgers Nation into the app. So I know some people aren't on Twitter because it's a cesspool.
I'm in trouble. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Look at it.
He is not doing very good on this.
It's not me. It's OBS.
Oh,
It's not me, it's you.
But yeah, that's the app. You'll
there it
see it.
is.
You can download. You can go to DodgersNation.com/app, APP, and go there and download whatever the app on the iOS store or the Android store. It should provide you with all the news. It takes our Twitter feed, but without the links. We're going to put our Instagram feed into that, but then it got kind of overwhelming. And then we have our website. Anytime we publish a story, it goes right into the feed. So as soon as you open it, you're going to get it. I know it says you're going to get notifications, but we have a rule here in the office or on the team that we're not going to give you guys notifications unless they're super important. So we actually do have a committee. We're going to see if it's solid, if it's breaking news. If it's a trade and we don't know who the player is, you're not getting notified.
Yeah.
We're going to give you good notifications. So
We
hopefully you
hate
guys,
push notifications.
yeah,
Yeah. We don't need like.
too much of that.
Yeah. We don't
I have
want
all
that.
my notifications turned off. No one can ever reach me.
But the good thing is that's that, and then there's the schedule, there's the results, there is the standings, there is the roster. That's on one page already. All the YouTube videos. This one, in case you ever miss it, you can go on the app and you'll have it.
Our store is on there. The all new gearup.la, by the way. There's a lot of really cool new merch that dropped. Thanks to our friend who's running it, Mr. Erod.
Yeah, and then the
City of Champs.
Fan zone section is actually kind of new. So we have trivia, but there's other types of games that you're going to see in there. There's going to be prediction games, swiping games, all these kind of fun games that's going to get you some points. So if you guys interact with it, you're going to get points. Eventually, we got to figure out what those points are worth, and then we're going to be giving away a lot of cool stuff. So as long as you guys sign up for the app, use it, have fun with it. Just tell us if you like it. If you don't, we'd appreciate a review on the Android, I don't know what's it called, and the iOS App Store.
Yeah.
You know,
Google.
yeah,
Google
the
Store.
Google Store,
Google
yes.
Play.
And
think it's
then,
called
I made it because I know all the social media algorithms like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. They're the ones that dictate what you guys get to see from us.
They're against us.
Yeah, for us, we would love to. We would love to show you like everything, all the articles we're writing, all the fun Twitter banter that we do tweet about during the game, some exclusive content. Eddie's going to be, managing some of our content. He's the same guy who's managing our Instagram account, but we got some fun stuff coming aboard for Instagram or for the app. I think we have other stuff coming around like virtual reality, AR, ticket deals. All this stuff is coming, so we're hoping this is the best app you've ever experienced.
The fact that it's as clean as it is for like day one, good job.
Thank you.
Kudos to you for pushing the people, our developer friends and everybody who've been working on it.
They pushed me too. Finisco guys are absolutely great. So, it really was.
You know me. It's hard to get compliments out of me, especially when it comes to anything you do.
Yeah, I know.
Because I like being really hard on you.
Yeah, all the freaking typos.
Phrasing.
Damn apostrophes.
Yeah. But it's again, I'm giving it the FRG seal of approval. I should have put in the GIF, but it did. Didn't expect it to be as clean, as smooth. It's definitely got some cool features. It really the way it looks like it's a quality one-stop shop for Dodger fans that isn't, it's not going to be behind a paywall. It doesn't have some sort of agenda like maybe ESPN would have or other apps or whatever. It's literally us.
It's
giving
the app
you guys
to break social media. Like, I do not like how Facebook
controls what
you
happens.
See. Twitter dictates what you see. Instagram. I just want Dodger fans who want Dodgers content. Here you go. It's completely free. And you're going to click on our articles. Yes, you're going to see our website. Yes, you might see a few ads in the website, but then, that pays the bills, that pays for the lights here and there. But hopefully it's not too intrusive. If it is, let me know, whatever. I'm doing my best to absolutely, walk that line and help you guys have the best Dodger experience ever.
So yeah, go download it. It's like Gary said, it's in iOS store, it's in Android, the Google store as they call it. It says Dodgers Nation. You can search that. You'll find Dodgers Nation fan app. Look all over our social media. The one you said, DodgersNation.com/app. It's a cool thing. Check it out. Let us know. Let me and Brooke know what you guys think about it. Let Gary know. Email us at contribute@DodgersNation.com if anything's broken or if it tries to kill you. That would be a problem.
Yeah.
If it turns on you, definitely let us
So
know.
it wakes up at night and then crawls on your face.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I
Yeah.
think I might be remembering incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure Anthony works in tech, so you can definitely let us know if it sucks or not. So,
Oh, there you
Anthony,
go.
that's our man. Anthony's in every stream, anyways.
But not if it kills him.
A lot of people want to know if this is our OnlyFans. It could be.
If you guys want it, I guess. There's a video
This
section.
is all about fan experience, and if that's
Yeah.
what the fans want,
We'll give it to them.
we can't. Who are we to deny them that?
That is exclusive
They have to
content.
subscribe to our Patreon for OnlyFans.
Tell Eddie.
I don't know if that's a crossover. Dude.
Yeah,
Double
you
pay.
pay.
Oh,
You
nice.
pay to
Double
get
dip.
access to the OnlyFans,
Which you pay for.
Which you pay for. Yeah,
Which is only on the app.
$12.95 a minute.
On the app.
There you go. Anthony says I'll be filing many bug reports. We appreciate that. We need to
Thank
know
you.
the bugs so that we
He
can
knows-
kill,
he
the,
under- see,
kill the
that's a-
bugs. What is the word?
It's a man who gets
Fix the bugs.
you.
I
Fix
can't
the
see
bugs.
the
Slaughter.
It's a
the
man
bugs.
who understands the difference between bugs and enhancements.
Bug
I
enhancement
really want to
surgery.
know your enhancement requests as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Juice Neros in the stream over on the YouTube. Very nice. Kicked us down $9.99 human American dollars
What? Thank you.
towards the beer fund. We appreciate
He just
you as
doubled my
always.
savings account. That's pretty cool.
Gail asked if there's a link to the podcast in the DN app. More will be coming out on
Yes,
that
I will-
on the
yeah.
app. We're gonna
It's-
have
we're-
all of our podcasts.
We're prioritizing the YouTube videos. So then you could play it and just like put your phone on the side and listen to the podcast. The podcast player, yes, I was going to put it in there, but I think we're going to save that for we're going to save that for another phase release. So
Yeah, for the OnlyFans.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things
Phase
coming
two.
up along. So this is the app you're going to need for the second half push.
I really love this one. League Gaming Inc. on YouTube says, I'm very upset about this shop tab. I'm finna empty my whole wallet on this merch.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we were talking before, and we were like, oh, we need to get a bunch of the new
Yeah,
shirts.
Gary, we
because
need merch
we're
money.
outdated.
Alex got married this weekend. We can't ask him for that stuff.
I know how to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, then just
okay.
just do it.
But we
gonna-
just spent all
But
that
you
money
gotta
on
send me an email on the. Oh, we spent all those. The game
the game money.
on August 21st.
Yeah, hey, Dodgers Nation is showing out
we're
at
gonna be
the Dodger game August 21st. I basically bought out all of the pavilion. Come find us, buy us a beer. We're not buying you a beer, buy us a beer.
We're doing all you can eat.
You know, that's not a thing anymore.
You
I'll
find,
all you can
buy
eat gives you
myself
COVID.
a beer.
if you find me in the right mental state, I will get you a beer.
Gary will straight up F and buy you
I will
something.
buy you a
That's true,
beer.
yeah.
Probably.
You got to catch him in the right mental state. By mental state, we mean 3 beers.
Yes.
Yeah, so show up at fourth inning.
Judy, if you're watching,
'Cause
he's
we're
not.
right
He
next to
never
him.
buys anybody beers, so don't worry.
We're not, yeah.
He has my card.
This is true. I do have his card.
Judy, he has his card.
But I can't be like, hey, let me tell you the card number at the bar. Can you type it in real quick?
Can you punch it into the system?
Yukon Man is in is remote Alaska and appreciates the app. We appreciate you.
The guy I
downloading the
made it
app.
for. I told you it wasn't Iowa. It was Alaska.
Same difference. Iowa and Alaska are basically
Made it
the
for you.
same person.
Yes.
Um,
North of California.
apparently getting our getting our home run derby update. Pete Alonso is putting on a show. Cool.
That's great.
He's a polar bear. or
He is a
something.
polar bear. He's a polar. Hey, we're a Dodgers podcast, right? We should probably talk about the Los
Dodgers.
Angeles Dodgers. So we've played. We made it through the unofficial first half of the season, and I would say we're alive. But I mean, like, we're alive. There's been a lot of injuries. There's been a lot of problems. All things considered, not bad with the 2021 Dodgers thus far. You think about it. They lost Dustin May for the season. Corey Seager's been out for an extended period of time. Tony Gonsolin missed a bunch of time. Even Zach McKinstry missed a month. They've now lost Trevor Bauer. Kershaw hit the IL. Kind of bad Mookie. Pretty bad Gavin Lux, and still pulled together to pull out the second best record in baseball for the first half of the season. And that includes a 5-15 stretch.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. You're the one who had some thoughts on this, Mr. Brook Me 3. which is your full name.
Yeah,
You had some thoughts on this on the tweeters last night.
I did.
How do you feel about this first half of the Dodger season? Go ahead and give me your thoughts on that real quick. Go ahead.
Look, I mean, we look at it. Everywhere you look at it, you're like, we had a bad first half, right? We didn't play up to our potential. We didn't do what we know that we could do. We lost a lot of dudes to injuries. We had a lot of guys missed a big chunk of time, and we had really good players severely underperform. And you walk away from yesterday's game, and you're like, we have the second best record in Major League Baseball behind the Giants. And obviously being behind the Giants makes it a little worse and a little tougher to swallow. But also, second best record in baseball, playing up to maybe, I don't even, half the potential that the Dodgers have. Is that what we're going to call it? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it.
Can we say in the toughest division in baseball?
Still also in one of the toughest divisions in baseball.
Not
easily.
one of the.
Yeah.
You can make arguments for other divisions,
No, you
but
can't.
I think that in the end, you're going to have three NLS
We'll fight
playoff
you.
teams for sure. I don't know.
fight you.
I don't know if you're going to have three from any other division in baseball, but it's pretty impressive. I mean, the fact that we were able to come out, it is weird though. It is weird for us to be able to say that and also feel like we really screwed up and really had a bad first half of the season. But it also gives you a lot of hope for the second half of the season, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Because you're man, I mean, if that was bad, like, we should be getting better. Like, we should looking at the health, looking at the future, looking at the next couple of months and how we're proceeding and how certain players are proceeding. You're like, we should be better.
You're gonna have a fully unleashed Tony Gonsolin to take that 4 spot in the rotation or 3 spot. David Price, let's not forget, is a dude that has won a Cy Young in his career. He's going to be in the rotation for the foreseeable future. Kershaw, they said, like we said last week on Thursday, Kershaw's injury, not that bad. He's going to be okay. We're all going to survive. And the trade deadline's coming up. And we know what Andrew does. Andy Friedman, he goes hard when he needs to.
Yeah, he does. I don't know what to expect this trade deadline. I think people want to act like they know what's going to happen this trade deadline.
In years past, predict.
In years past, there was no way you could.
There's always a clear need.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. There's always a defined, definitive, like, we need this piece. They're going to go out and get this piece. Right now, it's like we might need this. Not sure yet. We don't know what's happening with player A or player B or whoever it might be. There's so many different situations where you're looking at it like, yeah, they need a bench bat. Yeah, they need a starting pitcher. Yeah, they probably need a back-end reliever. Yeah, they probably need, like, there's so many different pieces that you could have and could go get. But the biggest question right now is, will they?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Cole Hamels thing kind of materialize. Cole Hamels hasn't played since, like, I think he started twice in 2020, worked around some injuries. Long time, very, very, very good major league starting pitcher for the Phillies and, Cubs and all of them. Rangers, if we're buttoning everybody up. He's a guy who makes a lot of sense for this team because, he wants to win. He's a world champion before, World Series MVP 2008. You probably want to do it again. He's 36, 37, 38 now, however old he is. He wants to win another championship. There's no better spot for him to win a championship than to come to LA. For a long time, the dude was linked to the Dodgers. And now he has this opportunity to come to LA, not really play a huge major role because, as we've said, they don't need a number 1 guy. You don't need a number 2 guy. You need an innings eater that when Gonsolin gets healthy, Kershaw, everybody's in the rotation and healthy. You need somebody that can save some innings for Walker Buehler, save some innings for Julio Urias, because those dudes cannot be throwing 200-plus innings this season. That was never the plan, and they are well on their way there, or they're going to get hurt, so it's a problem. So you get somebody like that, and he kind of peppers around. Maybe you have Price sort of become a Ross Stripling type of swing role, going back and forth, or even Gonsolin, because he's probably got to learn to execute a little bit better in the bullpen. And if you find your best trade opportunity, it's going to be for a relief arm because, as we've talked about, Edwin Uceta, not the guy. He's not going to get it done. Alex Vesia, not the guy. At some point, Phil Bickford's going to crumble.
That's your boy, man.
It's my boy. It's my boy, and I have high hopes. I'm holding out hope for you, my man. But That's my thing. I think that's the way they go. I think everything starts to really come together because there's not much to do with the offense. Defense needs to tighten it up, but that's not something you go and trade for.
Trade for defense. I need to trade for a glove. I honestly cannot remember a time. I mean, I guess if you're getting like a Kevin Pillar, like I guess that's a trade for a glove, right?
Yeah, but you don't need somebody like that. You got
no.
Cody
That's what
Bellinger.
I'm saying your infield is what's struggling right now. Dave even said over the weekend, he's like, we need to clean up our defense. Then he went infield defense, so he made it very clear how he felt.
The best addition the Dodgers can do on offense and probably maybe not defense, but on offense would be swapping Barnesy for Keibert, which will never happen.
It won't.
But otherwise, you got AP 55. You got the legendary Theo himself. Pujols is getting it done. No, I don't think we could have predicted that. He's getting it done for sure. McKinstry's going to be settled into that bench role, and he can come off the bench. He could rake. We know the dude can rake. CT3, once Corey comes back, they're going to have this weird, like I said, I kind of alluded to, the roster crunch that's going to be coming up. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But I don't know, that's kind of where I'm going to button up my thoughts because I've been talking for a while.
You're a rambling man.
It happens.
So we get into the second half, and we're headed towards, hopefully another NL West title. We'll see how it goes. But we do want to grade out this first half of games because, that's what you do at this point in the season. After you play the first half, you look back in your rearview mirror, and you get to take this week off, essentially. When's our first game? Friday? Mm-hmm. We got a couple days
in
off.
Colorado.
What does anybody have to do this week? Nothing. So we're grading out them. We want to break it down. We broke it down into a couple categories because, why not? We broke it down into a few.
I'm pause for a second because Katie says only popping in to say hi to Gary.
Not anyone else. Not anyone else. So, you're looking at this season. We're going to break it down category by category. So make sure you jump in. Let us know how you would grade it out. You can grade it out 1 to 10. You can grade it out A, B, C, D. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to judge you. I don't care. We're probably going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P.
Do F.
So,
P.
First half of the season. Personally,
10.
I think this is the strongest part of the team. But how would you rate out the starting rotation?
Man, they really stopped doing their homework in the here in the last month or so. Just because everybody started falling apart, the rotation itself started falling apart. But given the workload that they had to handle through the Dustin May injury, through losing 2 starters here in the final couple of weeks of the first half of the season, man, it's a B plus. Just because it's incomplete, they didn't turn in those final few assignments to get that full A. So give them a B plus. Maybe I'm grading too high.
They didn't turn in the final couple assignments. A couple of them didn't show up for class the last 2 weeks.
My bad.
I don't know. Personally, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, hey, this is what held the team together in the first half, and so I'm a little bit biased in that sense, I guess. But also, you're looking at injuries. You're looking at all the things working against them. You're looking at the fact that a couple guys that were supposed to be permanent fixtures in the rotation that just aren't there and haven't been there for a while. It's it's tough to give them a bad grade. Gary, what do you think? Do you have a difference of opinion there?
I'm just thinking about the overall. Relatively, the starting pitching is the best part of the team. I think the bullpen is Kenley is more so like the second brightest spot on the team. Everything else looks like garbage. So it's just that's why those two look so good.
I love the how much we changed your opinion from the first
Kenley,
week.
Kenley, yeah, I know. Kenley, I'll
changing some hearts.
Don't say anything nice. Don't say anything nice.
Don't say anything nice.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Because I think he's still gonna have a period in the second half.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just call him KJ.
Where he's just gonna be angry. I just want him to stay angry.
The closer.
Just stay angry. Yeah. Keep that Instagram title.
Yeah, I almost want him to have every couple of weeks just a bad
for him
game.
not to be in the All-Star game.
No.
Holy
that too.
God.
But I think every couple of weeks just for him to have a bad game is just good for his soul.
A couple of comments here. One of the students got expelled. That'd be Trevor Bauer. Yeah. Because you guys.
What?
I'm only reading this one because it's so effing good. Ryan Moore says losing Bauer wasn't very fergalicious. Fergalicious.
I don't get it.
There's nothing.
Gary,
to do, really.
Gary's old. I'm sorry,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
That's good. That's a good comment.
old.
All right, that's a good comment. There's a song.
I'm wearing my
you
reading
remember, You remember
glasses.
music?
It's by Fergie.
Yeah, I remember Fergie. I remember
Anyway,
her doing her thing.
well, I guess we kind of dove in a little bit there, dived it into the bullpen slightly. How do you feel? Did you grade the rotation? You guess you did grade the rotation.
rotation, yeah.
What's your bullpen grade? How do you feel about this this cast of characters and Jags?
This is a.
Story of a girl.
I would say this is a classic Andrew Friedman bullpen, but it's more. It is 10 times more Andrew Friedman than a normal Andrew Friedman bullpen. It's made up entirely of guys that are claimed or bought on minor league contracts and veteran arms that are there to just ride into the ground for like 2 weeks or something like that. There's so many dudes that you can just point out and be like, remember that guy? He was on the team for a week. Remember that guy? He was on the team for a couple days. Jake Reed is going to be a Dodger for approximately 1 more week. Good for him, by the way. Good for Jake. But he's going to get Nate Jones real quick.
Oh, I remember him.
Nate Jones was a guy. There's so many dudes on this team that when we get to the end of this, if we win the World Series, we're going to get to the, in that final game, you're going to wake up at 2 a.m. the next day and just be like, freaking Nate Jones is getting a ring. Like, something like that. Something real random and weird where it's going to be like, Yoshi Satsugo gets a ring. All right. That is what it is. Let's do it, guys. Steven Souza Jr. gets a ring.
They don't have to get a ring. They don't.
And
They're not beholden.
There's a chance that they get a ring. We'll call it that.
Most likely they're going to get a ring.
they usually take pretty good care of those guys, so it depends. But in terms of grades, it's just like such a fine separation. Like it's such a clear difference between like actual Dodgers relievers and fill-in guys.
Yeah.
And I did kind of take it upon myself to rank them separately. Blake Trinan has been absolute nails this year. I mean, without him, we're in a tough spot. Without Kenley, we're in a tough spot. Without Victor, oftentimes we're in a tough spot. So there's definitely a clear definition of those guys and then like everybody else. But also, Phil Bickford has been huge, and he was supposed to be a Jag. He is supposed to be a guy that's like, hey, you're going to fill in a couple innings.
Always put your faith in the hair.
So because of that, I'm going to give them just a flat B. Just a flat B and just
B's
and
are
B for
usually
bullpen,
pretty flat.
B for bullpen. Oh, music, right? I don't know how to music.
No, I was talking boobs. B's are
Oh my god!
B's are fine.
I apologize.
Sorry, Lucas.
He took.
I'm sorry, Lucas. Don't listen.
Hey, your mic's
Turn
too
it
far
off.
away from your face.
I know. I'm trying not to.
Hey, he's the one who tried to change it instead of just letting it breathe. B for breathe.
Breathe.
B for flat. How do you feel about the bullpen?
The B sharps. Baby on board. How?
This is the Home Run Derby podcast.
We're all over the place. We're having a good time. We don't really care that much today. We do. We're having a good time. Like and subscribe. I don't know. I feel like a B's too high. B for Bellinger. Bellinger's high. So B's too high. But C's too low. So we'll go B minus. That's what I'm going to give you. Because they've gotten the job done and they've had to eat a workload no bullpen ever expects. They definitely found some Jags that are getting it done with Bickford. Whoever would have expected the Garrett Clevenger move to work out the way it has? It's been a pretty damn solid move. You couldn't have predicted the resurgence of Kenley Jansen here, and it's all in the hips, and the hips don't lie, and all that kind of stuff. But all the dudes, all the Jags, all the guys that just kind of peppered in, like you said, Nate Jones, Mike Kickham. There's a name for you, Mike Kickham.
Oh, Mike Kickham. He's alive. And Kickhaming.
Surviving the Dennis Santana era, still surviving the Edwin Uceta era. Mitch White, I don't know about him. Joseph Kelly being something useful.
Something really useful. Lately.
Considering, I think that was our biggest miss.
And not even just for a meme this time. I mean, last year he was just a meme, and I'm like, thank you for the meme. We appreciate you,
Thank
Mr.
you for the
meme.
shirts.
And now
check
he's
out our
like,
new
like a bitch.
El Mariachi shirt in the gearup.la story.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna go B. I'm giving them. I checked the work again, and they're pretty damn good. Gary, do you have any opinions on the bullpen?
I'm just surprised that Kenley's doing so well.
You just want to grade. You just want to grade Kenley.
I mean, Joe
Kenley
Kelly
Cows.
is surprising too. Blake Trinan, I feel could be better. Everybody else, I don't know them. It's just, it's just been
Jags.
patched. Yeah. So
Jag, G-A-G. JAG, just the guy.
GAG.
Gag.
Guy.
It's been a long effing
Yeah.
week, all right? It's
But
only Monday.
It's Monday.
B minus is where I'm at because I still feel nervous at the end of games.
Henry says C+, but with extra credit, they get a B-. I don't know what the extra credit is, but they can get it if they stay after class or whatever. I never had extra credit because I never worked hard.
I think it's hand stuff. AJ says he gets it. AJ says B sharp is just a C. So that's it's music for you guys. There's no B sharp note.
I don't know this stuff. Why do you think I have a sports podcast?
Yeah.
Baca says Knable was so good. Do you guys remember that short-lived Corey Knable
Corey Knable,
era?
I miss you.
One of
He
these
was
days.
basically like having another Blake Trinan, like another really good Blake Trinan, like that kind of nails. And now we don't have him.
AJ
Till
says
August.
Roscup was around too, right? Not this year. That was last year, I think. Maybe
Roscup
not.
Was,
Yeah.
Roscup was, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it
Last year
was.
definitely blended together with every other year of my life, so I couldn't tell you. But I don't think Roscup was last year.
Last year was the Josh Spores era.
Janae says the bullpen of who the F is this guy?
It's a very interesting
It's
bullpen.
the,
Very true,
Remember
yes.
in Major League, the guys that are digging the mound on the field, and they're like, "Who the F are these
Yeah.
guys?"
There is a meme for that or a GIF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good one. A lot of good Major League memes.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. More. Leslie loves the El Mariachi shirt, by the way. So thank you. We appreciate that. Go buy it. There's still
Thanks,
a sale.
Leslie.
Still a sale going on right now. Offense. So offense, I'm assuming, is going to get a little offensive here on the grading because, man, like you could almost grade it in spurts or in
sections.
Like,
They were
Yes.
great on Saturday when I was there.
Fantastic.
I mean, let me also point out, I just got to take this opportunity to talk about myself for a minute because
Let
what
me
else?
turn-
That's what having a podcast.
Just turn it down.
Is this thing on? That's what having a podcast is all about. If you have a podcast, you get to talk about yourself, and then
Yeah.
you get to have all these fools listening to you talk about yourself.
And then in 2 years, another podcast will rip this exact episode off.
Yep.
Moving on.
Exactly. I have a winning record at games this year, Gary.
That's weird.
It's never been the case.
No.
And not only that, the wins have been big wins. Like comeback wins, 22-1 wins, things
I don't
like
know
that.
how I
I went to
feel
the
about that.
I went to the Mariners game where Lux hit the go-ahead home run.
That's true, yeah.
I've been to a lot of really
I feel
good
like
games
this is
this
one of
year.
those things you're not supposed to talk about.
I also went to the game where
That's
they
why he's
lost to
growing
the
the
Giants.
mustache.
They lost to the Giants in extras, but Barnes hit the game-tying home run in the ninth with 2 outs or whatever it was, and Theo almost walked it off, like within an inch of walking it off. So I've been to a lot of really good games this year. I feel like I should get to go to more games this year.
August 21st.
That's probably the next game that I'm going to go to. No, I'll go to one before then. I got to take the missus to a
Are
game.
you're not going to that one night to get oral?
Stop it.
Should cut the show there.
Hershiser. They're giving away a Hershiser bobblehead.
Lucas knows who Oral
I know.
Hershiser is.
Yeah, it's a bulldog.
Oral Hershiser, yes.
Yeah, Oral One Kenobi.
Yes.
Hey guys, I have a bunch of tickets. If you want to buy them off of me, subscribe.
At 3 times the cost.
Wait, we have extra tickets?
I have tickets to that game. Are you even back by then?
Wait, what date is that?
July 21st.
No, I'm not.
Well, that's like next week.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to buy tickets off of me?
Maybe.
All right.
I might buy him for
All
that.
right. Give me your contact info.
I don't work here.
All right, offense though. Gary, I'm gonna have you lead off. You usually give us the most hottest takes. You know, you could like
Yeah, 'cause I
you
haven't
can
really-
move the mic
my bad,
slightly
like this?
up, like that.
Like
or you
that?
can just like
Does
slit
that
it.
work?
It's getting real weird. Yeah, no, that works.
You're talking
yeah.
about Oral.
Yeah.
So-
Hershiser, the bulldog.
Okay.
It's a bobblehead.
The offense, you guys obviously know. I haven't watched enough games to really
Uh-huh.
know much, but from what I've seen, Mookie has issues, but he's warming up lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has issues.
Just has issues.
He had issues. I couldn't.
They're
I lost
physical.
faith. You know, Cody is the one that
Seriously, the
I'm
Mook?
getting annoyed at right now because I really thought he'd be warmed up by now after his injury. Teal Albert is a nice surprise here and there, but I know you can't count him. I don't want to count him. Right now, people are
That's
counting
good.
on him.
You don't-
That is not good.
You don't want to count. You can count on
Yeah.
him for a good hug.
Yeah, Muncy, Taylor, awesome. This yesterday's game, that's what I expect from All Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Turner, same thing. But overall offense, it's just like Cody, wishy-washy. You know, that Marlin
It really
series,
is.
the Marlin series killed my soul. I was so high. And then
Like,
not that high.
Okay,
Not bathroom
okay,
high.
Dank Aaron.
But I was like so high on the offense. So high on the game on the team. And then the Marlin series happened. So I'm just grading this off like what have they done for me lately? So
I think
sorry.
the
So high.
so high.
I think one of like the biggest tells with this team is that run differential and how much of a lie it is.
Yeah, if you take out the
blowout
games,
of which there have been many.
it's not that impressive if you take out the blowouts. Which I know people will be like, well, those blowouts count. I'm like, yeah, they do count,
Obviously.
but also they don't when you get past a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I gave the offense just a flat C. I don't believe in plus and minuses. I'm like a college professor where I'm like, I'm not going to work that hard. You either have a A or a B or a C or a D or an F.
Leslie said, can we grade him on a curve?
That's good. Yeah. That's good. It is weird that you're giving the team the second best record in baseball a C in anything. Honestly, it really is odd.
Yeah.
But I will say, the offense could be better throughout the entire course of the year.
Yeah. I mean, think of this team without the production of like a Chris Taylor.
Oh God, or a Muncy
or a Max Muncy. Like Max Muncy's, he's playing some sort of awkward version of video game numbers because the average isn't fantastic, but everything else is. It's America's slugger right there. You're starting all-star DH.
It's America's ass.
It's America's ass. I really want to go that way. And Pollock, he's been he's been pretty okay. He's finding some numbers. He's hitting some empty homers. Didn't he win the National League Player of the Week?
Pollock, yeah. I mean, there's a funny thing about AJ Pollock is he gets such a hard time about everything, but he's hitting like 300 with runners on base or something like that. He's putting up some of the best numbers of his career right now, and he's played way more games than he's supposed to have played at this point, and people still give him a hard time, and they're like, his contract's terrible. And I'm like, I mean, you look at it, that is one of the best deals on the team right now. Chris Taylor are obviously a much better deal, but when you're looking at it, it's funny to me that people consistently complain about AJ Pollock, and that's just because, I don't know, people don't like him for some reason.
Yeah.
Nice dude, really nice dude.
Well, he just set up bad. Like first year was
nice
bad.
dude.
Second year was a pandemic, and he was having a baby that was freaking in ICU.
He killed it in 2020. Everybody focuses on that 19 postseason where he went 0 for 13 with 11 Ks or whatever it was.
Wait, that was baby ICU, right? Was it?
That was in 20.
Oh, in 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But pregnant, dude. Life is
not.
Wasn't no?
Maybe early on.
Yeah.
Something like because it was Maddie was born early.
Okay, he just didn't do well.
So
okay.
that would have been like a spring training baby.
Yeah.
Not spring training, but somewhere around there. I don't know. I have this discussion often with Mrs. FRG because she doesn't understand the AJ slander at all. And I tell her, because people are stupid. On that note, I'm giving the Dodger offense a D for do better.
Wow, you gave a D?
Yeah. Sorry, somebody told me to not grade nice.
No, that's good.
And guess what? They've disappointed me.
Pete Alonso won over Trey Mancini. What a stupid home run derby.
So glad we're not watching that garbage.
Yeah, Mancini should have won that. It would have made me feel a lot better.
Our boy AJ on the guitar says streaky players like Pollock always get anger thrown at them. Yaz was the same way. Hey, I always threw anger at Yaz mini passed balls, okay? Bless up, though.
I've thrown a lot of anger at that man in my day. I've also thrown a lot of anger at Kike in my day.
The big one.
Continue to do so.
I'm not talking about Kike.
I will if you want.
The big one, the fun one. Dave Roberts. How do we grade Dave Roberts' first half moves? Which one of you guys wants it? Who really has?
Let me go first.
I see the hate in your eyes.
And then you go.
I heard you.
Because my first is just. I'll give him some props for just managing this team with all these injuries. I'll give him that and have the second best record. It's at the end of the day, like, I don't care how he did it. He got us to second place.
Okay.
But this roster's stacked. So that's the other thing, too.
Yeah.
And there have been points where I get frustrated with the fact that Bauer gets to go 130 freaking pitches, and then he managed the other pitchers a different way.
Yeah.
There's certain favoritisms that I don't like. It's just not my style. Like, just because you're the oldest or you're the most experienced or whatever, you get special treatment from the younger guys. He's been doing this for a couple years too. But it's just this year, it just seems there is a little bit more of that. So, but other than that, like second best record, that's, not bad.
To lose Cody Bellinger for as long as you did, a guy that was supposed to be a part of your plans. To lose Dustin May, the guy who was supposed to be your fifth star. To lose Edwin Rios, the guy that was supposed to be one of your biggest bench bats. To lose Trevor Bauer, a guy who's supposed to be a top of your rotation kind of guy. To lose Corey Knebel, a guy who's supposed to be a pretty big part of your bullpen. To not have the production that you need out of Mookie Betts. To not have the production that you need out of Gavin Lux. To not have the production that you necessarily need out of Corey Seager, while also losing him for injury. Still second best record in baseball. I would give Dave a higher grade if not for his treatment of Matt Beatty. Something that for the rest of my life I will take personally. I owe nothing to Matt. He owes nothing to me.
Yeah.
I cannot stand the way that man is handled on a major league roster. I cannot stand it. It's so poor. It's such a bad way to handle a really good player that has so much potential to be like a good starting player. I understand defense is not quite there. It's really hard to get your defense there when you're not playing. Yeah. And that's a big thing for Matt. He doesn't have a consistent position. They don't give him consistent time anywhere. Dave feels like to me he puts him in bad spots on purpose sometimes. It really does, where I'm like, okay, there had to be something to it. Also threw Matt under the bus this year, which is not something that we ever see from him out of anybody. I mean, Mookie could walk out onto the field and shoot Corey in the knee, and Dave would be like, well, bad place, bad time. Like, he probably shouldn't have been, that's on us. We'll figure that out as a staff, things like that. We still love him there in that situation, things like that. Matt was just like, yeah, Matt sucks. Like, it was borderline like that bad. Like, yeah, he can't make that play. He's garbage. Like, almost that bad. And so, because of that, I just gave him a C. C for
for an average year for Dave Roberts.
I mean,
it's nothing special.
Again, he could have gotten a higher grade if he didn't treat Matt Beatty so bad.
I'm gonna get that. I'm definitely gonna get the hate on this one.
You're gonna give him like an A, aren't you?
I think
C for coward.
Every year, Dave's biggest strength is managing the egos, and he navigated a half a season ish of somebody like Trevor Bauer in the damn dugout, which is a very different character to have around. Probably won't be around the second half. But the biggest thing that he did was he managed through all the egos, managed through all the problems, trying to get people back on track. I mean, think of how long of a leash Edwin Rios was given, but also he probably should have been more on top of the fact that, hey, Eddie's not feeling all that good here, Chief. Probably want to get that one checked out. All the injuries, the bullpen games, and them kind of mostly working out well. With what he had, he managed. Like, in the greater sense of the word, he survived, and the team is the second best team in baseball by the record. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn impressive when you've lost so much of your players, so many of your players, so much of your team, so much of the guys you rely on. On the other hand, it's also a super team. Yeah. It's like... it's not that hard if you have like a half a Mookie, but we also have a Muncy and a CT and Justin Turner, who we haven't really talked about yet, he had a little bit of a down, but JT has been pretty damn good all year for an old man. I want to go A. I really want to go A with Dave, and I've been hard on Dave throughout my years doing this show. I'm not gonna give him an A. I'm gonna give him a nice firm B for he'd be doing all right with what he had.
He'd be doing all right.
Yeah,
I see.
Man, that's tough. Man, that's just tough because that guy is like, he's armed out like War Machine. He has every weapon in the book.
Yeah, but when you have to adjust,
and then a couple of those weapons break, you're just come down just a little bit. Everybody else is still like Winter Soldier or something like that compared to that guy.
And this
just
was
one gun man.
Winter Soldier.
They had some killer killer players, better players than they've had in the past. On the other hand, though, this was also like the worst depth that he's ever had to manage with. Usually they bring up a guy, and that guy it's Dustin May, and you just plug him in. He's a blue chipper. I mean, even down in the minors, they lost JoJo Gray for a good stretch of the season.
They did,
going up to somebody like Eddie Uceta, who's not getting the job done, or they traded Dylan Floro to get Alex, Vesia, who didn't get it done and hasn't gotten it done.
I mean, Tina Guzman on in the chat made a good point. Got to give a lot of credit to the players. And if it's Dave Roberts who has built relationships with the players so that they will step up at moments like this, then I will give him a better grade. Because Chris Taylor, Max Muncy have done a job.
Yeah.
And skinny Justin Turner has continued to do his job. And he feels to me like an extension of Dave Roberts. So
definitely,
that's a good point by Tina. And I mean, it's an investment in relationships in the dugout.
It's that at the top, it starts with culture. It starts with what they build. And, without that what Dave brought to this team when he took over Don Mattingly, you're not going to have the dudes equipped to help this team navigate through really rough times. The times this team has gone through, normal teams don't rebound from that. It just plainly does not happen.
Yeah, the Bauer situation alone would kill a team.
You don't get half of your all-star production from your right fielder. You don't miss your center fielder for most of the first half of the season. You don't miss your starting shortstop for most of the first half of the season, who, MVP, by the way, was the MVP just a few months ago in the World Series and NLCS. You don't usually survive that. You just don't.
And there's
Teams
two other
don't
things.
do that.
Two players that really took a dip were Graterol and Victor Gonzalez this first half too. Yep. Nobody talks about those two because they were hyped.
Well, Brewstar was barely in the mix.
But in the beginning of the preseason, they were hyped. Those two were hyped like crazy to carry the bullpen. Right?
They just had such a good season last year.
Yeah.
I mean, Victor was not supposed to have that season, first of all.
Right.
He did, and it proved that it can be done, obviously, but, he's walking a lot of people this year. His control's not there. I think there's maybe a deeper underlying issue with him that he's mechanically that he needs to figure out. But when he does figure that out, if he does figure that out at some point this year, that dude's going to be nails. I mean, you look at the bullpen. The bullpen really needs a good left-handed pitcher, and David Price is not. He's not that. He's the guy that's going to come in and give you length in the middle of the games, or he's going to be a starter for the rest of the year, one or the other. He's not going to be the guy that's going to come in and be like, we need a lefty because we got a pretty damn good lefty coming up late in the game that we need to get out.
Yeah.
Victor can be that. It's just a matter of getting there. Because aside from that, you're not putting Scott Alexander in against Juan Soto in a playoff game. That's just not going to happen.
I pray to God that they don't do that.
If the Nationals obviously end up doing the playoffs.
I mean, the Brewers are good, but go get Josh Hader.
Yes.
I don't think the Brewers are going to be sellers at the deadline. The Cubs will be sellers, and they have Jake Arrieta. I don't know. Who do they have? Kimbrel.
Well, he's not left-handed.
Still have
Kimbrel. One last letter grade. It's each of us. One word, one letter.
One letter.
Bench/depth. One letter. Brooke, go.
B.
Aggressive.
And that's it. It's all the time that we have today, folks. Oh, man.
I can't. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He also says B.
Yeah. I'll agree with B.
I say K.
It's
not a letter grade.
Yeah, we can move on then. Yeah.
Anyways, all right, moving on. Guys, I want to look ahead to the next few weeks. We've been talking a lot about all this other crap that a lot of people are going to probably be mad at us for wasting all this time talking about that. Let's talk about the real problems we have now and going forward. What are we going to learn about this team in the second half? I saw a comment earlier that was mad at us for not talking about Cody Bellinger, so it's time to talk about Cody Bellinger. What the hell is wrong with Cody Bellinger? Is he going to turn it around? Is he going to be somebody that could be relied upon for more than just his elite glove in the center field? But if they're going to keep batting him cleanup, you probably need to get cleanup production out of him. Well, give me your Cody thoughts.
My Cody thoughts are not things that are going to make sense at all. But, I think he will find it. I think, Gary, you hit it on the head where it's like, I thought by now he would have found it. Mm-hmm. I thought by now he would be at the point where he's like, all right, got enough at-bats under my belt. I'm kind of figuring it out now. He looks a lot like he did there in the regular season in 2019. Yeah. And I don't entirely care what he does for the rest of the regular season. I know that the Dodgers can make it by with the production that he's doing right now for the rest of the regular season. However, to be successful in the playoffs, to go make a deep playoff run, he's going to be a huge part of that regardless. His bat will be a huge part of that, so he does need to find it eventually. He has a tendency to find it in big moments, but it's not a guarantee.
You can't put him at 6 or 7, can you? Didn't we do that? Didn't Roberts do that a couple years ago?
Should.
Put him at 6 and 7, let him warm it up.
But when somebody wins an MVP, all of a sudden you're beholden to
We got a couple MVPs.
baseball tradition of things.
Look,
where you don't bat your
Muncy
MVP,
is arguably
who's
the
still
MVP
only
of this year.
25 or 26 or whatever the hell he is. You can't bat him 6, 7, 8, even though 7 or 8, even though he probably should be 6. He needs to get some of that pressure, and it looks like there's probably a point where there's a lot of pressure. He takes good golf swings for sure. Dude's out there,
and that means
golfing.
something.
Wait a minute, Mookie, Corey, Max, and JT. Mookie, Max, JT. Yeah. That's like 4 or 5 players ahead of Cody. He doesn't deserve it, even with that MVP.
Yeah,
There's MVP
I
quality
think
players above him right now.
I think things will change once Corey comes back in about a week-ish, according to Dave.
You can put Gavin way down in the lineup.
Yeah.
Gavin doesn't even necessarily have to be in the game all the
Mookie,
time.
Corey, JT,
And I don't
Max,
think he will.
CT3,
Will Smith,
Will,
yeah.
and then Cody.
Yeah,
Then you got Lux, and then whoever wants to.
They should just put us in charge.
Let's get to the
Seriously, what's
to the
so
real
hard
thing.
about this?
This was the main like the Bellinger was sort of a sidetrack to it. He'll
Yeah,
get
sorry.
there, but you look at that lineup construction. You look at one big missing piece, and that's Corey Seager. He's coming back. Corey Seager coming back creates a pretty damn big roster crunch that I don't think enough people or a lot of people are thinking about quite yet. Corey returns soon. Lux has got to be on the hot seat right now. He's really the only guy that can be because CT is an all-star, and he's been playing a lot of second base. And he's a guy that I really hope the Dodgers have intent on backing some sort of Brinks truck up to for his caliber of play. He's not going to get Mookie money, but I want him to get some money, and I want him to stay in Dodger blue because if we don't have Chris Taylor, I don't know how good this team can be for very long. Pollock is basically the everyday left fielder now. He'll get, some breathers here and there. Max, JT, Belly, Mookie, those guys are going to play pretty much every day because they get paid to. They're the stars of the team, even if they're not always producing well. Lux can't play catcher, and that's Will's domain. Where does Gavin Lux play when Corey Seager comes back? And really, where should he be playing? And there's 3 A's in there.
I think when you're looking at it, it is going to be a pretty big roster crunch, and it's going to be pretty drastic movement. He definitely is the guy on the hot seat with Corey coming back. I know that Dave has said this all year long, and it's something that he's probably still going to continue to say until it doesn't happen. Gavin's been given the runway. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's been given every opportunity to succeed. He's been given every opportunity to prove himself. And people have said, well, he's learning a new position. Give him a break. It's not a freaking new position. Gavin Lux has been playing shortstop his entire life. Second base is a new position to him. So don't want to hear that argument. It doesn't make any sense at all. So I do think he's in trouble. I don't know that if he can turn it around by the time Corey gets here, but he does give you a good backup option in case Corey can't find it early on because, a long time off, he's probably not going to do a rehab stint. He's probably just going to come straight back after taking a couple simulated games over the weekend and things like that. He could be back, honestly, pretty quick after the All-Star break. Chris Taylor is just playing way too good right now.
Way too important.
Way too good to be hey, take a seat on the bench. And yes, they're going to give him rest days, and Dave's always going to make sure that guys get rest days. And having Gavin Lux and Chris Taylor is going to make it possible to give guys in the infield more rest days, which they need. Justin Turner needs to take more days off. Chris Taylor will get more time at third base. And when he gets that time at third base, Gavin Lux will get the time at second base. So, yes, I think he's probably going to lose his everyday job in that sense, but he will be in the lineup still probably 3 times a week.
I haven't watched enough, to be honest. Has Lux suffered from getting moved up into the lineup?
He's
higher
been
in the lineup?
very...
Because from what I remember, he was doing okay when he was at the bottom of the lineup.
He's up, down, down, up, down, down. That's how his raw. He's a big 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of guy.
Okay.
He had his big month in May where he hit about 280, and then he followed that up in June with a 190. And then now he's hitting like 230 this month. Or 250. He's averaged out to 230 on the year. He's getting on base. He finds his way to still get on base, here and there. But, the usually like Cody can survive not really batting all that well because he's an elite defender.
Mm-hmm.
He's not so much case with Gavin Lux.
Yeah.
So, it being such a really bad 2020 for him, you lose that development. You're crunching, you're pressing the whole time at the big league level when you are up in 2020.
Is it going to be a fight between Lux and McKinstry?
No, because Zach's producing, and they're both left-handed infielders.
So he sits even further down.
Zach has more versatility because he can play outfield.
Yeah. That's cool. It was a growing year.
Maybe
the way I look at for Lux, he grew this year than compared to last year. He didn't do anything last year. So he grew this year. I mean, it's an investment, right?
Joe Kelly's mariachi jacket on Periscope says still a big believer in Lux, which I get. There's a lot of talent there. We've seen it. But ultimately, if you're trying to win another championship, that you can't roster, 2 or 3, 4 dudes that aren't quite making the cut every single game. So
but from an Excel sheet standpoint,
dude needs
Chris Taylor's going to be off the books, and Lux is going to come in eventually.
Well,
that's CT.
At the end of the season, technically, Seager and Taylor are off the books.
But there's how many players need to get paid?
I would like to get paid.
In my opinion, Chris Taylor needs to get paid more than Corey Seager. And that's one man's opinion. That also might be a lot of people's opinion in LA now. And that's not something that...
don't fall in the trap of
That's not something I expected a long time ago.
Just because Corey or Chris Taylor doesn't play one position doesn't mean he's not worth the money of an elite player at one position.
He arguably is the most severely underpaid player in all of Major League Baseball, and that's there's a lot of dudes that are severely underpaid. I mean, you're talking about what he's done the last 4 years. Even just look what he did this year with everybody out. Everybody was out, and they were basically like, "Hey, Chris Taylor, you need to pretty much play every day wherever we need you to play."
I'm a fan for life.
All right,
I'm a fan for life ever since that catch in Game 7 against Milwaukee.
I mean, he's
forever.
He's unreal. Everything about him is you are what every manager. I mean, we see it in Dave Roberts' eyes. Anytime he gets brought up in a press conference, you can see a twinkle, like an old man, talking about his prized possession or something like that.
He's what every manager wants, and what every general manager also wants, because he provides excellent value, but you have things you could hold against him in arbitration because of the way you play him, because of the way you manage him. You don't let him play one position, and that screws him over, even though he's more valuable being able to bounce around the way he does, and does so well. Anyways.
I don't even remember what we were talking about there. I was just, CT's great.
All doubles back really.
It was the wishy-washiness of the roster build-up. It started with Cody.
Well, it started with Gavin Lux, and then we kind of devolved.
Yeah, then we just started talking about that. I mean, the second half, Cody's gonna have to step it up and secure that spot, and I think that's the name of the game. Lux, I'll chalk it up. If I'm him, it was a growth year.
That's what 2020 was supposed to be.
No, but he didn't play at all. They put him in USC the whole time.
They gave him a good stretch. No, they did give him a
but he didn't come into camp
of only 3 months.
He came into camp so unprepared that last year, and then this year he came in hot, I thought.
He did.
But then he couldn't sustain. But that's what happens for anybody. You have to grow into it.
You want to know where you can grow into it? AAA.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Give him a week or 2 stretch.
Yeah.
Just kind of get away from the lights. Figure out where some of your other guys are at the big league club.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect. It's not preferred. He's a big leaguer, but he's not quite playing 100% like a big leaguer at the moment. I'm definitely going to get shit for it, but it's just, it might be best for him in the long run. Give him just a breather, and you can't do that at the big league level. You really can't give him get him away from the lights, the bright lights of the big league
mature
level.
player.
Get his confidence
A mature player or person that if someone gave you the opportunity to go and get yourself right, you take it. And that's it. I mean, you can be take it the other way and say no and whine about it. But do you want to get better or not? If you do, go get some work done. Go get some coaching. Go see where your weaknesses are. Because when it's the bright lights of the big league, sometimes you don't see everything.
Cody Bellinger for Max Scherzer, who says no. Straight up trade.
Both sides, I think.
Both sides say no. Definitely both sides say no.
Anthony Keene brings up the fact that being sent down worked for Puig that one time. It does help. It does help a little bit for sure.
Ow.
But things become things.
Eric doesn't like your picture in picture.
It's just he's over there. We got this one, Eric, and we got this one. But here's all of us. Oh, that's the wrong button. Here's all of us together. And so you see?
So you can see all of our dumb faces at one time.
Anyways, that's our thoughts on that. You go ahead and give us your thoughts on that real quick. Go ahead in the internet. I'm sure, again, we'll get some real crap for that one.
Big fan.
The final note I wanted to touch about, it's a new super quick mini segment that's going to be one and done. The segment's called Where's That Tattoo?
Huh?
Yeah, where's that tattoo?
Oh, yeah. I follow. Yeah.
So little Jose Altuve hits a walk-off homer against the Yankees. Very, very bad New York Yankees team, by the way. And if y'all remember, Altuve, he didn't want his shirt torn off as he hit a game-winning, series-winning walk-off home run against the Yankees in the 2019 ALCS. Well, they got a lot of crap after the cheating revelation. Everybody was making up and trying to find new things, new ways that the Astros were cheating. That's when Buzzergate became a thing. Everybody was assuming and what is it? Accusing the Astros of having buzzers attached to them, as JS says here on YouTube. He was wearing a wire. We also saw like the little piece of confetti, which also kind of looked like a wire on Josh Reddick. Look, can never put any level of cheating past the Houston Astros. That's what they do. But I thought it was really funny that the little back and forth that the Astros and the Yankees had this over the weekend, because Judge hit a home run and he like faked he pretended like he didn't want his shirt cold. He was real cold. Yeah. But what's up with the New York teams and their really just bad explanations? There was a New York rat.
I don't know, man. Yeah, they're like, it's a rat, and they're like, that wasn't a rat, that was a raccoon. And they're like, no, it's a rat.
Yeah. Hey, I'll show you a rat. Because it was a fight. Anyways, so this one, he hits the walk-off home run, crosses home plates. His teammates ripped off his jersey. Well, his wife really didn't want that jersey ripped off 2 years ago. I don't know why it's okay now. And he was real embarrassed also about that tattoo that, as our boy Roach said on the internet, that looked like a one-session tattoo. Dude, that shit looked like somebody just put a marker.
There's stickers now that you can just stick.
Those look better. It looked like pen.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was I'm getting a tattoo that's not done. It's not completely finished.
Done.
Still not done. 2 years later.
Those lines, and I was like, he got that tattoo to cover that up. He definitely got that tattoo to cover it up. Like, all I know is, I have never heard a player booed like Josh Reddick was at the stadium on Saturday. Ever in my life. I was in the left field pavilion. That dude was on the mound pitching in a 20-0 or 20-1 game. And the cheater chants were the loudest things I've ever heard. Louder than any home run that I've ever heard hit at Dodger Stadium before, by the way. It will follow them forever. It's always going to be a part of life. No matter where they go, no matter where they end up, they're always going to have that legacy with them. And to me, that's enough. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that he will never know peace in his life.
Yeah.
And that is an evil thing to say, but that is exactly how I feel. I hope he never feels peace.
Yeah.
I hope that he goes to the grave feeling guilty.
Yeah.
He sold his soul. That's on him.
Go ahead. You guys want it? that bad, go for it.
You had your
know?
ring. Congratulations. Everyone knows now. That's on you.
I just hate how much they talk. They should not talk.
Know the facts. Know the
You
facts.
need to shut the.
Yeah.
Just for Cody to be like,
That makes it
that's
so
stupid,
bad.
bro."
I mean, the thing that rings in my ear is what Oral said about like the people that were cheated. You know, that's the thing that hurts me the most. It's not about the players. The players, I think they're doing their own thing, right? But the organization and the people behind it and the fans
Yeah.
and the people who never got to see a championship. The stories that got to me were the people who passed away waiting for a championship, not knowing that they were cheated.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that these people, I hope one day they have to read all those notes. They're forced to read all those notes, or their punishment is that they sit in a room and then they have to hear all these stories and it breaks them.
Yeah, that Bulldog thing, the Hershiser thing. I remember him talking about that. Like he talking about that '88 World Championship being a life changer. It did literally change his life.
Yep.
We would not really know who Oral Hershiser is if not for that 1988 season. Now imagine if the A's were cheating, which they were, steroids, but they're cheating and won. It's a difference maker for the careers, for the lives of 25 dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Lasorda wouldn't have had the legacy he had.
No wine.
Without there would be no wine. Without that 88 World Series. He would have had 81, sure it's fine,
Yeah.
and Mickey Mouse championship in 1981 because
Mickey
of the
Mouse.
two halves. Yeah, no. So it's gonna be fun. I don't know quite how to button it up. I just wanted to talk about it. It's gonna be fun. The Astros come here to Dodger Stadium in August 3rd, August 4th. Weird Tuesday and Wednesday series.
Designed by the
Manfred
league.
Hookup.
Yeah.
Designed by
Yeah.
the league.
Make sure you pick up your nice swing bitch shirts over at gearup.la before. Represent.
We'll have to have like a
Yeah.
crazy sale on that
Yeah.
shirt.
Oh,
that week,
dude, tell
2
me.
weeks
But
before.
you know what? When I get back, we will put that on sale. No, beforehand. When I'm gone, put it on sale now.
All right.
Forget it.
There
Just
you
put
go.
it on sale.
You heard it here first. All of our Joe Kelly merch is going to be on sale.
Yeah, just wait for the price change. We got to tell Edgar.
He's watching.
You got it?
He's in, probably.
He was around earlier. He just wanted to hear things about himself. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. A long one, whatever. It's first half of the season. We're talking about cool new things. Go check out our new app, Dodgers Nation app. It's very important. That would mean a lot to us.
Please
If
review.
you can download that app, if you find things that are wrong with it, let us know. It means a lot to us, and we really do hope it can be a game changer for Dodger fans. This isn't for us to try to get rich and live on a pile of money on or whatever the hell it is. We just our goal, I think our mantra here is creating the best Dodger fan experience we possibly can. We try. We're not all blessed with the most intelligence in the world.
That's,
At all
that's
times.
one way of saying that
I
for
speak
sure.
for Brooke primarily, but we try. We do our best, and we try to keep it fair. We don't have any sort of major agenda. Our only agenda is don't be a dick. That's about it.
That's it.
That's it. And take those words with you. And go check out our app. Go check out DodgersNation.com. You can find us there all the time. Do subscribe to our podcast. We are on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, Player FM, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We live there. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We'll be so happy if you did that as well.
So happy. Doug,
also in the
Doug
app.
will probably cry. I mean,
And Eric.
he's a big time crier.
Check out our new episode of 3 Up, 3 Down by Eric Ulo as well. It's
Eric
up on
doesn't
YouTube.
cry though. He has a mustache, so don't worry about that. Guys, I'm at Brooke Me 3. This guy over here is at Real FRG. That's Gary. Gary's over there. He's got the hat on. He's here. We're at Dodger Nation on Twitter, at official Dodger Nation on Instagram. Once again, go download the app, please. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Let's go win us a second half of baseball sports, right?
Bye.
Bye.